Hello viewers, I have solved a question of universal gravitation from paper 42 9702 of May-June 16, the question number 1. This is a 10 marks question. The question reads, there is a binary star system, stars A and B, that orbit one another as illustrated in the following figure. The stars are star A with mass A, star B with mass B. They are located at a distance of 2.8 into 10 power 8 kilometer and maintaining their orbit like that. That means that if their center of rotation is at point P for both the stars. The stars are in circular orbit with centers of both orbits at point P, a distance of d from the center of star A. That means from center of star A, so the center of their rotation is the distance d. I have depicted this information here on this diagram. On this diagram, if this is P, then star A is orbiting at a distance d around P, distance d, and star B is orbiting around P at a distance which should be 2.8 into 10 power 8 minus d kilometers, because this total distance is 2.8 into 10 power 8 kilometer and this distance is d, so this would be this minus this. Now part A of the question, and it has two parts. Part 1 requires explain why the centripetal force acting on both stars has the same magnitude. Now we know that whether they are heavenly bodies like two stars or they are very small particles like atoms, they attract each other and they follow the Newton's law. So Newton's law of universal gravitation says that if there is a mass m1 or m2 of object 1 and object 2 at a distance d, their force of gravitation is directly proportional to product of two masses, that is m1 multiplied by m2, and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. We combine both of them and get this. F is proportional to m1 m2 over d square, and if we convert proportionality sign to equality, we get F is equal to g m1 m2 over d square, where this g is known as universal gravitational constant. Universal gravitational constant, and its value is 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Now, how does this Newton meter square per kg square work? If we look at this equation and make g the subject of the formula, we would get this. G is equal to ft square over m1 m2. That means unit of F is Newton, and unit of d square is meter square, and m multiplied by m is kg multiplied by kg makes kg square, and we take kg of in the numerator and get Newton meter square per kg square. Coming back to this question, now we can say that star A and star B are attracting each other with a force of gravity, and that can be explained further, and that is that star A is attracting star B with a force of gravity which is Fa towards itself, and star B is attracting star A with a force Fb towards itself. Now just look at this, that the direction of the forces is opposite, but the formula to calculate the forces will be the same, that is gm1 m2 over the total distance square, which I have written on the other page, which I'll show you later when we are calculating the force. So the part 1 asks, explain why the Fc acting on both stars has the same magnitude. After having learned the concept of universal gravitation, we can very easily say that both stars are in a closed system of gravity because we are taking them a enclosed system, or there is no other force being considered on them, so they exert gravitational force upon each other. This gravitational force provides centripetal force, which follows Newton's third law of motion, and you get 2 out of 2 mark. We can say, even if you don't write this, we have already said it above, but you can write down, keeping in view how much space is left. Hence the magnitude of force is equal and opposite, and you get those marks. Part B of the question reads that the period of the orbit of the stars about point P is 4 years. Calculate the angular speed omega of the stars. Now we know that omega is equal to 2 pi over t, and this t is the period, but we have to put in the period in seconds. So if we have a period of 4 years, we convert 4 years into seconds by converting in days and hours and minutes and seconds, and we know we work out 126, 144, 000 seconds. We put this value here and find out that the omega works out to be 4.98 into 10 power minus 8 radian per second. Now looking at number of significant figures here, we could also write the answer in 2 significant figures, and that will work out to be omega is equal to 5.0 into 10 power minus 8 radian per second. Now either you write down this here or write down this here, you will get 2 out of 2 marks. But remember that in the next parts of this question, if you have to use omega, you will use this value and not this value. Otherwise your rounding off will be getting larger, and your upcoming answers will be a bit different from the answers that are actual, and you might lose the mark. Part B of the question is asking you to work out distance d. The distance d is between the center of star A and the center of the rotation. It reads, the separation of the centers of stars is 2.8 into 10 power 8 kilometer. The ratio MA over MB, this is an additional information that the question is giving you, is 3.0, this one. So you will have to use this as well. And if we have to find out the distance between the 2 stars, then we have to have a relation in which the distance should be there, and when we go on to solving that, there is another thing that you have to do, is that you have to write this distance as well in terms of meter and in terms of d. So it works out to be, this works out to be 2.8 into 10 power 11 meter, which is, so we write down the distance of star B from P is 2.8 into 10 power 11 minus d meters. Okay, and then we know that the centripetal force on star A is equal to centripetal force on star B, which is MARA omega square. MARA omega square equal to MBRB omega square. These are the centripetal forces on star A and star B, and they are equal because we have already said that in our part A, part 1. Now, omega of both the stars is equal, so we can cancel them. And RA, that is distance of star A from P, is D, and distance of star B from P is this much. We have already stated it above. And now, using the information here, this one, we can make MA over MB from these equations, bringing MB here. So we have MA over MB into D equal to 2.8 into 10 power 11 minus D. For MA over MB, we write down 3D from data. And 3D is equal to 2.8 into 10 power 11 minus D. This D can go there and add up. We get 4D is equal to 2.8 into 10 power 11. D is equal to 7.0 into 10 power 10 meter. Since the answer is in kilometer, so we convert this into kilometer by dividing it with 10 power 3. We get 7 into 10 power 7 kilometer and get full. Now we come to second part of part B of the question, which is also the last part. This reads, use your answers in A2, this one, and B1, this one, or vice versa. To determine mass MB of star B, explain your working. So explanation is, since we have to calculate MB, we will use Fg, that is gravitational force between two stars, and Fc, that is centripetal force on star A, as follows. We put in the formula for Fg, and we put in the formula for a centripetal force of star A, and this way we have Ma on both sides, so Ma can be eliminated, and we are left with GMB over distance square equal to this. If we want to eliminate G, then we divide this side on G and this side on G, and G is cancelled here, and we are left with G over here. Now all is left is to put in the values. GMB is here, 2.8 into 10 power 11 whole square is here for distance of the stars squared, and then this is from this information cross multiplied, this comes here, and calculation gives us MB equal to 2.0 into 10 power 29 kg. Write the answer in the given space. And get full marks. That is the end of this question. I hope you have benefited from my effort. It is requested that you like my video and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.